welcome. This is Arvind here. So I actually get this question a lot of time from people. They actually want to know what capital requirement is there for, especially for beginners. If you want to start trading in stock market, how much money do I require? So this is the video for you if you want to know. So there are some ideal trading segments which I have bifurcated into like 3 sections, depending on your capital, how much money you're willing to invest or trade in stock markets. You can apply that accordingly, right? So we look at this. The first segment is high risk, especially for people who don't have much capital, and especially for beginners. I recommend this because initially when you have small capital of say around 10 to 20,000 rupees, right? Especially for beginners, I recommend this where you can go for equity trades, cash market trades, not derivatives. Okay, and if in the beginning stage, not even not really sure about trading strategies, you can go for only delivery trades, not even intraday. But if you've got some experience but you still don't have much capital, you can go for intraday trades where you also get the broker margin, right? So even if you have 10,000 rupees, you can trade up to 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees depending on the broker, how much margin exposure you're getting. You can take your trades accordingly. And you can also go for buying options, right? When you go for derivatives, you don't need a very high capital when you're buying options, but only for selling options you need that margin, right? So you can also trade in options buying. Can go for Nifty or Bank Nifty or even stock options. Can take like 1 or 2 lots here and there, and you can get some money, right? That's something that's available. So these 2 segments don't require high capital, so we can start off with this, right? But if you have a slightly higher capital of say 40 to 50,000 in that range, not specifically in this 10,000 like range, it could be 30 or even 60. So you can go for equity delivery trades like swing trading, right? So if you have a 10,000 rupees, going for delivery trades doesn't really make sense, right? Because you cannot expect much return, probably a few hundred rupees. So you don't want that. So you can go for delivery trades if you have a little decent capital. Then you can start trading like swing trading. You will hold the stock for a few days, probably to a week, and then you can book your profit, right? So you can take multiple trades here and there, and you can also get good returns. Or you can go for, again, buying options is there. Always can buy it. You can also take a long position in options, stock, or even index. You can get good returns there. Okay, when you're buying options, there are both advantages and disadvantages. The benefits of trading when you're buying options is you have unlimited profit potential and limited loss potential, right? That way it's like a lottery. If it goes in your way, you'll get very good returns. If it doesn't go in your way, you have a limited loss. Whatever premium you're paying, that will be your loss, right? But when you're going for options buying, you also have a problem there when you have the time decay factor. So every day you lose the theta value in your options pricing. That will go against when you're buying an options, right? That is the only risk. But again, if the options, if you're taking up the strike price is not equal to the spot price at expiry, the options will expire worthless at 0.05, and you have to lose the entire capital again. So you need to be careful there. Otherwise, it's a very good opportunity. Again, you can also trade in futures. You can go for ACAT companies where the margin exposure is not too high. Okay, but if you go for B or CCAT companies, then you will need higher margin, right? You can go for futures. You can buy like 1 or 2 lots here and there, and you can take multiple trades and you can get good returns. Okay, and all these are high risk. When you have a smaller capital, obviously you have to take a higher risk to get good decent returns. But when you have a higher capital, then you can expect you can take moderate or even lower risk. Okay, we'll see that in the next slide. Here is moderate risk. For example, if you have a capital of say 80,000 to 2 lakh rupees, in that range, you can take positional trades in equity cash market. You can hold the trade for a few weeks or probably 2 or 3 months, and you can book your profit, where you can definitely get very good returns. But you should have the patience to hold on to your trade. Then you can definitely go for this. But if you don't have much time to trade, if you're busy at work, then you can go for this trade. Okay. And you can also go for futures. You'll be able to take long and short positions in futures. You can hold it for probably 1 or 2 days, and you can book your profit. Or you can also go for options. Buying is always there, doesn't really matter. But here you can also do selling options. And like I mentioned to you earlier, when you're selling an option, you need a higher margin exposure, right? So that way you can go for selling when you have a higher capital, more than at least 1 to 2 lakh rupees. You can take a few lots, and then you can sell options. So when you're selling options, you have some benefits there. You don't have the time decay factor. going against you. It's like it will be in favor of you, and more people actually make money by selling options, call writing or put writing. That way you can go in that direction, right? Okay, and you can also trade in commodity like gold, silver, crude oil. When you have a higher capital, you can go for this segment also. Okay, and this is for low risk, especially when you have a higher capital. Obviously, you can go for low risk trades where you can like maximize your returns, playing it safe. Okay, when you have a capital of say 4 to 5 lakh rupees or above, you can go for equity long-term investments. You can hold it for 6 months, 1 year, even more than that. Be trading in delivery segment, right? There'll be equity delivery trades, a cash and carry mode, and you can also earn in terms of dividends every 3 months. Quarterly results, you get the dividends, so you can also earn in that way, right? And I suggest you to like park aside 60 to 70 percentage of your portfolio to long-term investments, and the remaining 30 to 40 percentage for trading and hedging purposes, right? For example, if you have capital of 5 lakh rupees, probably 3.5, even 3 lakh rupees you can allocate for long-term positional trades, and you can use the remaining like 1 to 2 lakh rupees for your trading purposes, short-term, mid-term trades, right? That way you also have a good cash flow, regular cash flow, and you also earn dividends, and you also have a long-term portfolio that you're building over a period of time, right? For your retirement purpose or anything, any long-term goal, you can use that, right? Something which I personally follow, so that's what I'm recommending you. And you can also go for futures, obviously, and you can go for option selling here. You can avoid buying options, because option selling, like I told you, it is much more safer, where you can have better control and you have more chances of actually making money in the long term, right? And obviously you can also go for commodities when you have a higher capital, right? And I've not covered about forex because I don't trade much in forex. I don't have much experience in that, so probably you can decide based on your interest. You can trade in forex also. So this is how we can actually segregate your trading segments, asset classes, depending on your capital. So especially with the beginners, don't look for profit. Look for getting experience in how to place orders, how to manage your trades, manage your risk. Once you get some experience, then you can start playing around. You can also add some quantity to average the price. You will get some experience only after you see some trades, read a lot of charts, and then you'll get that experience, right? So this is how we can do that. Now, obviously, you will want to know my personal trading style, what I'm following, what is the returns I'm getting. So I'll show you my P&L statement for you to see. Okay. So I personally belong to this, I think, between third of the second segment, between moderate and low risk. Okay. So this is my P&L statement for January. So you can see on your screen, equity segment. I don't trade much in equity. I'm more of an options person. Okay. So not much to do here, just a few trades I've taken in January. But let me go to derivatives, futures and options combined for January. So yeah, I was able to book close to a lakh in January, and I trade with a capital of around 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees, probably around 2.5 maximum. And after charges, like this is my profit, and some unrealized P&L is there. And you can see I'm actually trading in options, index options, Bank Nifty here, Hindustan Lever, ICICI Bank, mostly in banking sector, and so Infosys, Maruti is here, TCS, and Yes Bank. This trade is very good for me. This is the biggest chunk of my whole P&L, and some of the good profitable trades. And a few losses here and there, it's fine as long as you know how to manage your risk, and you should know how to manage your losses. Then you'll be able to maximize your returns, right? It's a balance between both. Then you'll be able to achieve good results. Okay, this is my personal P&L, and I trade in option. Again, you have to choose your asset class, which you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable with futures, stick to that. If you're comfortable with commodities, stick to that. But go deeper into the segment and learn fully, and then you'll find your zone, comfort zone. Then stick to it. Don't keep changing too much, and that will be of help to you. So most of the days in January, I've been in green. One of the days is in loss, and some days I've not been trading actually purposely, because some days I try to stay away from the market. Like I told you earlier, it's very important to time your trades, take the right trades, and stay quiet when the market is moving sideways. If you don't have the right mindset to trade. Sometimes I don't feel I won't be in the right mood to trade also, right? So I'll just keep quiet. So I'll just watch the market, right? Just take rest and relax. So when you think the market is on a trend, clear trend, bearish or bullish, you can take your positions accordingly, and you can maximize your returns. Okay. So I hope this was helpful to you. This was about where you can plan your trades accordingly depending on the capital. So even if you have a huge capital in the beginning stage, avoid trading, avoid putting all your money into one stocks. All these mistakes you have to avoid, and that will be helpful. In fact, I've made other videos where made videos like how what are the mistakes you can avoid. Just please go back and watch the other videos in my YouTube channel, and that will be a help to you. So I've also given some links in the description box if you want to come to my live webinar, or you want to ask me questions through email. I've given my email address. Or if you want to come into my coaching programs, I also have my inner circle community where you'll be getting some help and trading support and educational content. If you want to come into my channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and I'll be able to help you out. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Stay connected. Wish you all the best and happy trading. Bye bye.